Facebook page, facebook.com/Danaya Designs for You, facebook.com /Danaya Azure Radio, and be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. Just type in Danaya Azure. I am Dr. Aikyna. You are now tuned in to Danaya Azure. Welcome, Dr. Firnch. How are you, please? I'm great. How are you?
I
I
am
am
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
It's
It's
been
been
forever.
forever.
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
goodness. So
So this
this
is
is
my guest, Dr. Aikyna Firnch, out here on Danaya Azure Radio. I met this amazing queen on Periscope. Oh my God, and I want to say 2015, and actually to meet her in person at Periscope Summit. It's just such a beautiful, amazing spirit. She has some of the dopest rooms that are all about motivation and bringing people and I think people's mindsets. And yeah, now I got to actually reconnect with her on Clubhouse, doing her thing over there. So proud of you, Queen. She also has been featured in HFL magazine as well. So what is new with you, Miss Lady?
Oh, so many things, so many things. So, as you mentioned, the clubhouse room has come up. I actually have two rooms. My Change Your Minds Online room is where you'll get your motivation and now possibly the ministry piece. And then the technically intuitive is where you get all your how-tos on tech. So that's some of the things that's been going on. They're doing a lot of speaking on motivation and things of that nature, as well as tech. So yes, it's been amazing. How about yourself? I can't wait to hear about you too.
I've been good. So like I said, so HFL magazine hit 10 years in July, which is super awesome. And then we launched this platform for Next Legacy for the Legacy Platform Service application. We launched this in March. It's been doing um, incredibly well. Started out with my show specifically. We started out with like 300,000 weekly listeners, and now we are up to between 4 and 5 million on average. So
Wonderful,
pretty dope.
wonderful.
So it's a huge, huge blessing, considering it's like little old me. So when it comes to that, but we have shows, we have daily shows that are doing extremely well as well. So like on on Sundays we are branded After Dark, which is all about our slow jams. Mondays we have hip hop. Tuesdays is all about the ladies. Wednesdays is more of our motivational day. Thursdays is my day, which is the Azure Radio, where I have independent and mainstream artists and phenomenal interviews from international people as well. Friday we have independent and new music, and Saturdays we have a really cool vibe that's coming up. So right now it's called Timeless Vibes, where we have music from the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, the 2000s, and the 60s, and then we also have a sports show. So that's just going to be incorporated into mainly sports and sports interviews and music. It's going to be awesome. So yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to listen and make sure that's part of my weekly routine. So yes.
Yes, you can make it part of your daily routine. As I said, we have shows all day long. So
All right. I love it.
yes,
Yes.
24/7, and it's black owned. So that's super awesome as well.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So you have been working with tech for a very long time. How did you get into that originally?
Wow, that is so interesting. It is so funny. I've had so many different career paths, and somehow or another, I turned every job that I had into a tech experience. I have been a tech person since I was 8 years old. My mom bought me a Tandy, and by the end of the day, I had programmed about 3 or 4 programs, and and it got to the point where she was like, she would call me, and if she couldn't find me, she'd come back in there, and I'd be on the computer. So she said she found her child, and now um, I think that I use tech because, and how I really got into it is the fact that I realized that I could use tech to empower others.
Mm.
and and I've noticed that my social media style, a lot of people call me social media relations. So I basically, I inform, I educate, I inspire, all in that same vein, and then I teach others how to do that as well. I tend to love people who are servant leaders, nonprofits, motivational people who may be working in the background a lot and people don't know what they're doing, and I like to bring them out to the foreground using technology and social media. And once I realized that that was capable, was possible, it was the sky was the limit. That's where the periscopes came from. You know, I started in 2008, I'm sorry, with LinkedIn, and I was teaching soldiers how to find jobs when they got out of the Army. And I used LinkedIn as a platform to bring employers and soldiers together. And from that, I would write about the things that I've learned and the things that could help others and motivate others. And from there, my social media blew up. And then in 2015, as you said, that's when we met on Periscope. That's
Mm-hmm.
when my reach 10x, because they could actually see me and hear me, and see all the things I did and all the thoughts that I had. And they liked my realness. They liked my, the fun. They loved the flair. And, it just kind of carried on from there. And I know I use tech differently than most, but at the end of the day, I am 110% STEM girl.
Absolutely. And Dr. Aikyna, such is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. You know, you talk about the tech piece, and you talk about the how you help soldiers to be able to
Mm-hmm.
find jobs on LinkedIn after their service. What inspired you to want to work with soldiers specifically?
Well, I was a contractor for the Army, and we were there to help them do resumes and give them some tips and tricks to make it easy. But I said, what else can we do that we can get a bigger, broader reach? And one day, one of my colleagues said, "Oh, have you heard about this?" And it was LinkedIn, and we were like, I was like, this might be interesting. Might be someplace we can build up, and the soldiers can put their resumes on here, and we can make some groups and all that. And as I was researching, we sat there and researched. I said, well, why don't we make a group where we can bring these people together electronically? Because even if these employees can't travel to us, then they can at least come in here and find some people that they want, and vice versa. And it just grew. And man, when I tell you they went from making about 30, 40,000 to 75, 100, 125,000, because they stopped
Wow.
being pieces of paper and they started becoming human beings to these employers. And it just
Mm.
skyrocketed. With we went from probably like maybe 40 or 50 companies at our job fairs to 150 companies at our job fair.
Wait, let me stop you real quick, because she said something so key and so poignant. You said these soldiers stopped becoming pieces of paper and started to be human beings. So they stopped being numbers and they started to be real live people with relationships and lives and expectations and joys and fears for these
Mm-hmm.
companies.
Yes,
The
yes.
power of networking, the power of relationship building. Y'all are witnessing it right here, right now. That is so powerful, because so many people don't understand that if you are an employer, that is one of the main things that I think that where there's a disconnect between employer and people that are searching for jobs, is that you get applications all the time and it's whatever, but a lot of people don't think about who's on the other end of that.
Mhm.
When before you sit up there and you look at somebody's name and say, oh, that name doesn't fit. There's a person behind that name. There's a person behind that profile. There's someone that actually can help you enhance your company. Thank you for that. Because I guarantee you, if we don't understand what soldiers go through, I have friends that are veterans, and that's a hard thing to come back from. You have to have a company that understands that they do need a little bit more attention because they have a different mindset because of where they were. So they might need a little time off occasionally so that they can make sure that their mental health is in check. Oh, that's huge. That's super super huge.
Yes, I totally agree. And watching that unfold was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And when we started seeing the change and the transformation in the
Hmm.
soldiers and the outreach and all those things, it was fabulous. It was fabulous. And you could tell that they were having more confidence. They were leaving more skilled. Even if they didn't have a job, they had the skills and the tools that they needed to get it. They had their profiles, they had their resumes, they had their paperwork together. They knew how they were supposed to present because they at least went through 2 or 3 interviews before they left. So it was it was definitely a game changer. Technology is amazing. And it also lets
Right.
you reach people that you cannot reach just by going outside your door. And, now with Zoom and all those other things, Teams and all this, we are able to really reach amazing masses. Yes, most definitely.
Definitely, definitely. And Dr. Aikyna Finch is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. I think people need to understand that when it comes to social media, you really can change lives. I think too many people are caught up with what's popular, what's hot, what's trending. But what should be trending
Hmm.
is sharing and community building and, commenting on things that are positive so we can make those things popular. Let's make those things go viral. Let's make things like this go viral, helping our soldiers to find some sort of normalcy after the war. That's there's nothing better than that for sure.
Yes.
So what do you so I mean what's next? You're doing all these amazing things. You've spoken on so many panels. What would you say has been your most memorable experience when you've spoken on a panel or or you've done a public speaking engagement in general?
Wow. I They are all interesting, but my favorite ones are when I see instant change. I think prime example would be the last two that I spoke at, which was second week of November. I flew into South Carolina and spoke on Friday, and then flew into Atlanta and spoke on Saturday. And it was so interesting because when you are dropping knowledge and the people are actually picking it up and they see where they could, how do I'm going to explain it better this way. When you see somebody who has been stuck for so long, this was a prime example. They were like, I know what I want to do, but the points were not connecting until I heard you speak.
Mm,
Then I was able to connect the dots, and now I know what I need to do to get to where I'm trying to get. I know what I need to do to reach my audience. I know what I need to do to help my audience. Because, see, this is one thing that most people mess up on. And I'm just going to put it out there like this. They post things they want to see, not what their audience wants to see.
mm,
You are able to put out what you want them to know, but make it in a way that's interesting and that resonates with them. If it resonates with you and doesn't resonate with them, they're not going to watch it. It's not going to go viral. But if you take enough time to find out who they are, and then write the content in a way that they can see themselves in and see themselves growing and see themselves aspiring to, that's when you get viral. So those are the types of things that are the most impactful for me when I speak. When somebody hears what I have to say, resonate and sees themselves taking that journey to greatness, and then they start executing. That is it all day for me.
Absolutely. And Dr. Firnch is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio. One last question, because I know you got a time constraint. What do you want your legacy to be?
That is a very good question. I want people to think of me and say, I was touched because she was in my life. Because she was in my life, I was able to soar. I was able to see things differently. I was able to help others be great. And I was able to reach or at least see my full potential. I think that's what I would like my legacy to be.
Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, book you, all of that fun stuff, please.
Yes. So you can definitely go to AikynaFinch.com. That's AIKYNAFINCH.com. You can also find me on all social media handles at DRAD Finch. That's Dr. A.D. Finch. Feel free to send me messages, send me emails. I will get back to you. I am always on social media, and I'm always looking to connect and soar. So if there's anything that you have questions about, please take a look at the website, some of the things I do, or take a look at some of the social media. And if it piques your interest, I'm glad to chat with you.
Thank you so much, Queen. It's been a pleasure to know you online and in person. You have the most beautiful spirit, and she truly is the same on and offline. So I truly appreciate you today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. And I just want to make sure I answered all your questions because, I'm here for you.
Hey, what's up? It's Danaya Azure. Be sure to follow me all over social media at Danaya Azure, DANAYAAZURE, and like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Danaya Designs for You, facebook.com/Danaya Azure Radio, and be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. Just type in Danaya.
Make sure you tune in every Thursday. All day is Danaya Azure Radio right here on Next Legacy Radio. And also make sure you go ahead and support this young lady and follow the co-COO of Next Legacy by going to www.danayaazure.com and click on her merchandise details. You heard it here first right here on Next Legacy Radio, a radio station for the people.
Head, hands, heart. Redefine STEAM in order to understand the STEAM education and skills that align with the 21st century careers. It is inclusive to all students, embracing the whole person. It is driven by the extraordinary potential for all our kids to shine through a joyful exploration of their own passions, talents, and skill sets through the head, hands, heart framework. Go to www.buildingsteambridges.com/head, hands, heart for more information.
Hey, it's Hungry and Humble, and you're now tuned in to Danaya Azure Radio on the Legacy Platform Service.
We definitely stop sharing because I am still not getting copyright strike. Hold on, let me do something you because child. I get shook every time. I have music outside of what I already had from the interview. Come on. Hey, Miss Alabama, thank you already. So I'm gonna end this broadcast. I usually just come on here real quick and share the interview that I had for the week, so you guys can actually hear it outside of the station. And this is the only way that's on a replay. So yeah, make sure that you guys tune in every week on Next Legacy for Danaya Azure Radio. The next broadcast of that interview will be at 7 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, so that's the end of the year for Danaya Azure Radio. But I might come back later on. We'll see what's going on. I'm going to try to get better about live streaming at least once a day on YouTube because YouTube's mad at me once again. But hey, we'll see what happens. Alright, you guys, make sure that you continue to express what makes you unique. Bye.